Hey everybody, welcome to the Tournament Center. I'm Zach Hill here with Ari Lax.
Hey.
Ari's off a big win last match over Yuya Watanabe. Still hasn't quite recovered. But yeah, what happened there?
I don't know if recover's the right, is come down a better phrase? Yeah, so that match was really close. He was a Mardu aggro deck, and game one, I just kind of ran out of things to do, and he ran me over. Game two, despite floating, I was able to get him on the back foot and beat him down. And then game three was this weird, tight race where we're both missing a color, which is probably a little worse for him because he has 3 and I have 5. And the end game comes down to him like trying to bash through a couple walls I have, tapping all of his creatures, and I just untap, draw, sack my Heath, slam Zorgo, and it's lethal. And because I've had people watching, I knew he had nothing at that point that could stop it.
Totally. Well, and I want to talk to you actually about that 5-color deck you drafted. We're going to walk through some of Ari's picks. Now, is this a deck 5-color that you look at like you're trying to draft, or is this something that kind of comes to you?
It's somewhere. Actually, the best way to put it is your default draft. If you don't see any reason to not be 5-color, you just kind of are. Because basically what Neil Reeves and Chris Fennell, I'm teaming with 2 of the best limited players of all time. So what we figured out is that attacking is bad in this format. You want to block because everything just blocks very well. And the best thing to do is just take lands, because the worst case with lands is you get to cast better spells. So basically all but the best cards, you just take a land over them. And unless you stop seeing lands, which means the person is cutting you out of 5-color, and start seeing a few specific signal cards for other archetypes, you just kind of have all the lands and all the good spells you can get.
Sounds good. Well, that's the theory. Let's look at how this actually pans out in practice. Okay, so we know exactly the way that you're thinking. There's a couple of lands in this pack. What do you think when you look at this pack? What's speaking to you?
That rare Rattleclaw is off the charts insane.
Oh, yeah?
It's a 2-drop that's actually great. Like, there aren't a lot of 2-drops that actually do other things in the format. This guy not only makes sure you hit your additional land drops, getting to 5 mana is huge, but he ramps you into things. He's also a morph when you need him, and he fixes, like, I can't actually imagine. I think him versus Murderous Cut might be close. That's it.
Okay, so off the charts, insane, Rattleclaw, Mystic, pick 1, pack 1, that's where Ari's at. Now looking at pick 2 out of the pack, you've already got 1 in a G card. There's something Trail of Mystery there, bunch of other cards, Force Away, Hooting Mandrills. What'd you take in this pack?
It wasn't even close. Trail.
Oh yeah?
We were having the debate last night. Like, I think that, again, Murderous Cut's like our baseline uncommon, like, is the rare better than this? Because that's the top of the top uncommon. We were like, well, you know, first pack, Cut or Trail. And I was kind of like, yeah, I'd rather have Cut because I think it's the more stable, broad applications card. And a few other people were just like, if you just take Trail in your first 3 picks, you just have a Trail deck and you win.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, actually, knowing what I know from having other people watch Sigur's draft, he actually took Cut here, which is, again, the pick we were talking about. But snap off Trail right there, not even remotely close to anything else in the pack. Noting what I just passed, I'm probably passing the guy to my left into either Jeskai Tempo with the Wingmate or in the Force Way, or Mardu Warriors with the Horde Chief and the Battle Priest, depending on what you first pick.
All right, so pack 3. Right now, Ari's on plan. He's doing exactly what he wants to. If we can take a look at what's next. We see some cards that are traditionally associated with 5-color, like Master the Way. Got Treasure Cruise, a great way to gain advantage, a way to fix your mana, and Embodiment of Spring. What are you thinking about here?
Just the land. Master's the closest card, but I think it's a little bit worse than a land, especially at this point. And especially because I have 2 green cards, I'm not actually committed to going Temur or anything. And like, I'd rather be green-blue double splash potentially, and the land really helps with that.
All right, so he's on the land plan. See if that's what happens next pack, pack 4. Ari, what are you thinking here? Not really a whole lot in the way of mana fixing, right?
No fixing, but there's an on-color morph, and I have the plans.
Trail?
The Trail. The Secret Plans is the other one. I have the Trail, so it's really on-color morph. The only other really exceptional card in this pack is the Kill Shot, but that would only be if I was already decided to go heavy 5-color, like if I had a Tri-Land. Kill Shot having removal is important.
Okay, so you heard it here first. Morph's good with Trail of Mystery. I know that's very profound. What's in the next pack? Let's see. We've got a couple other morphs. Abomination. I see these Hooting Mandrills going around. What morph do you want to prioritize in a pack with a lot of them?
So in this pack, it's between the Abomination and the Flock. I think the Flock is just an early defender is really important, so that's what I took. But the Abomination's also excellent. It's a very, very powerful card. It's just I'd rather stick to the Flock. Again, it's more flexible if I end up not being in black, and those early defenders are something that's, you know, really hard to have too many of.
Makes sense. Okay, and let's round out pack 1. We see a removal spell here, another land, or you just like land, that's what I need?
Yeah, the removal spell is actually one that I basically can't cast because it's double color. It's really, really hard, and if I take that and I just end up like light splash red, it's just in my sideboard. If I take the land, I can do whatever I want with, you know, oh look, no free weapon master wheels or something like that.
Totally. All right, so we're going around now to pack 2. Ari, just really quick, could you fill us in? Anything else important to happen after the rest of pack 1?
The rest of pack 1, I ended up wheeling the kill shot and the weapon master, which means I wanted to splash white. And I think that was about it through pack 1. This pack, though, I got really rewarded for what ended up happening.
And explain that to us.
So by just kind of like taking all the lands, it forces the people on my left out of playing a bunch of colors. And as a result, just all these great rares just get passed to me. So it's this awesome thing where by taking all the lands, everyone else's deck gets worse and yours gets exponentially better, and it just sort of cascades.
So what'd you take in this pack?
It was really close between the land and the Haru specs here. I ended up taking the Haru specs because I think that card is very, very powerful. And I ended up actually, I think there was a game where I drew like 4 cards off of it.
Goodness.
Yeah, it was nasty. There was also a game where Yu-Gi-Oh! Drew a card off it when he took it in combat with Instigator. But it was close. I think my tie break was that I had, I think 3 lands at that point. I had a blue-black, a red-green, and a blue-white. And that was like kind of where I wanted to be, and I didn't need to up-prioritize the land quite enough.
And being able to turn Haruspecs face up with Trail, obviously, very good. Let's look at the next pack. Okay, we've got another flock we're seeing right here. Sidisi's Pedicore, Savage Knuckleblade, one of those premium rares. Is this an easy pick for you?
One of the other rules of 5 color is that you're playing 5 colors so you can take the good cards. So we're like debating things like Charm versus Tri-Land, and Fennel just kept saying, you are playing 5 colors so you can take the charms people pass to you. Take the charms when they're passed to you. So I took Knuckleblade.
It's like a charm. It has 3 abilities. It's just a 4/4.
It's a charm. It does 20 damage to them.
Okay, so easy pick with the Knuckleblade. Let's look at what's next. We see another Lich Lord, a little bit less powerful. We see another land. Treasure Cruise again. Is this just the same story, take lands?
Yeah, it was close between the Lich Lord and the land, but I didn't have enough. If I had like multiple Woolly Loxodons, I might have considered the Lich Lord because reanimating one of those is great.
Right.
A note on Treasure Cruise, I think that card's a lot worse in draft than in sealed. So, so it's not as a priority as compared to the cheaper draw spells.
All right, so it takes the land there, not prioritizing Treasure Cruise. What's next? All right, what are you thinking about this pack? A charm, like you said?
Okay, I'll take a charm. Yeah.
Is it not a You're basically playing charms all 5 colors at this point?
Yeah, immediately.
Like
basically,
if you had
with the fixing I have then, yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got the charm. Again, taking the powerful shard cards. What's in the next pack? See, a Woolly Loxodon like you were talking about.
Yeah, this is one of the closer picks of the draft. Rough Rider is great, but I wanted the morph to go with the trail. I can't splash the right on double, or can't really play the right on double black. So it was between the 2 morphs. I had no idea which was right. I took the Loxodon as the bigger, more stable body in a stalled board, just to kind of break through and clump up the board. But it's very possible that the Flyer as a win condition was better, and also just not having to play against that card.
Makes sense, yeah, because obviously that's good against all the charms and removal spells you're trying to pick up. All right, anyway, at any rate, he takes the Loxodon. We can round out pack 2. Still a bunch of this pack. Wow, really late Tri-Land.
This pack was just like, I had no idea what was going on. If you actually look at my face in the draft, it's just like completely astounding. Because I see the Instigator, I'm like, oh, that's good. And then I see the Captain, I'm like, which of the, and I see the land, I'm just like, what happened here? So I immediately take the land. I was a little short on fixing, especially in that Triad would be great. And the Tri-lands are huge because any hand you keep with them is just gonna hit all the colors very easily. I was kind of sad to pass the Instigator would be the next best card. Also, the Tusk card's like obviously great, and the water roll was something I noted to not lose to.
Right, you're paying attention to that, but the land's the easy pick. Okay, pack 3. This is a first pick out of pack 3. A lot of options here. Deep inhale, Ari. What are you seeing out of this pack?
It's between the Charm and the Flying Crane Kick, and it was close. I didn't know what to think. This is probably the pick that I debated the most about in the draft. I'm still debating about. At the time, I felt like I just had the Knuckleblade and the Loxodon as finishers. So I felt like I needed a way to break through with the Flying Crane.
And that's certainly a way to break through.
The Charm is, I think that if my deck was more balanced, I would have taken the Charm as just another removal spell. But it was really close.
At any rate, we took Flying Crane technique, got a lot of ways to end the game. What else is in this pack? Let's take a look. Is this, I mean, okay.
Well, I like the way Paul Rietzel puts it is, if they've got that oranges thing, I usually take them.
And that's what happened here?
That's what happened. passing the ride down is something I definitely thought a lot about against Yuya, but I think he didn't get it because he was on the other side of the table. I don't think there was anything else I even came remotely close to considering in this pack.
Yeah, and it did a lot of work for you last game. Let's go ahead and just try to close out the rest of this pack. We see Crackling Doom. I mean, again, that's kind of like a charm,
it's a rare,
right?
It kills things. I was a little short on removal. It's ahead of Dead Drop because it actually kills things. Dead Drop kind of kills tokens.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, actually. A lot of people are picking Dead Drop a little bit higher, but you're with Crackling Doom. Is this another charm pack right here?
So at this point, this is another one of those really close picks. I think I had like 6 or 7 lands at this point, and I felt like that was a little low. I took the land. I was like really sad about it, but that charm wheeled.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well you're in here 6 or 7 lands, a little bit low if you're in 5 color. And right now you were talking about morphs. Is that what you're thinking right here?
No, this Seeker is one of those cards that's just if you play it on 2, it's very hard to beat. I also like the life gain's a really important aspect in a lot of matchups, so I took that one. Passing the morph didn't really make me feel that bad.
Okay, and what about
nothing really relevant besides the land, which I took. The fetches are a little worse than all the other lands, but it's still fine.
All right, well, it ends up working out for you. You're 2-0 so far,
2-0.
right?
I think I have to play against Siggy this round.
I think you might have to do that. Well, we'll probably be watching that on camera. Anyway, Ari Lax here with 5 color morphs. I'm Zach Hill at the Tournament Center. Let's throw it back to Rich for more Pro Tour Khans of Tarkir.